Let's zoom it on in so that we can begin. Alright y'all, we are starting off with our black opal concealer. This is the shade Honey. It's going to be applied on our eyelids, and then I'm going to use any brush to spread that out evenly. As y'all look in the mirror, make sure you look at yourself and say, I am beautiful no matter what people say. And with that same brush, I'm going to be using a translucent powder just to set that concealer on my lids. You spread that out as well. You can go up under your eyebrows as well. Just make sure everything is spread out nice and even. I'm diving into the Boliv Essential palette, you guys. I always rave about how this palette is so convenient. I'm telling you, when it comes to my transition shades, y'all, this light, beautiful brown named Suntan will be applied as my transition shade using a blending brush. Now, your blending brush is going to be the brush that you will always refer back to when it comes to blending everything out, okay? I do have, a video where I am more in depth about blending and different eyeshadows to use. So that will be in the description box down below if you want to check it out. Now we are beaming that shade called Mahogany. That beautiful orange brown is going to be applied in the upper corners of my lids, dragging it into the crease and meeting it back in the corner to go down diagonally down my outer lids. I call it beaming because it's working its way, charging its power into the upper corner, as you can see, and then releasing itself through the crease and down the outer part of the lid. Now this brush I am using is both fluffy and has a little bit of firmness to it so that I can have a little more control when I'm applying my shadow. Now you want to go back in with a bigger fluffy brush from the beginning and make sure you blend everything out. Make sure y'all stay true to yourselves. Don't change for nobody. Stay true to your makeup. Let your inner beauty glow. Stand out, stand strong, and continue working towards your goal. It's okay to rest. Gather yourself if you need to, but never stop. This is the NYX eyeshadow base in the color white. I'm going to be using any brush to just place a little bit on my lids. And then I'm going in with a flat round brush to distribute that all over my lids and blend that in on the edges just to make sure the edges are nice and seamlessly blended well together with the rest of the colors. So you just want to kind of buff that out, spread that out, make sure you buff the edges out. Alright y'all, going in with the shade Snowflake. That beautiful white is going to be packed on my lids with this packing brush. Your packing brush is going to be nice and flat so it can pack that color. You can make it as bold and vibrant as you want it to be. Just a side note, y'all, if a man or woman ever tell you to wait, your ass better start sprinting. Okay, you wait for nobody. The longer you wait on one person who cannot make their mind up, is the more time you're cheating yourself into becoming your greatest version. Remember that. Make sure you're tapping any excess eyeshadow from your brushes, and then you can continue on packing. For my hooded eyelid girls, you can go just a little bit over the crease, just a little bit, but not too far up. Just a little bit over the crease is fine. And then going back in with our big fluffy blending brush, we're going to be blending that out, concentrate more on that crease area just to make sure everything is going to be seamlessly blended out or blended in together. Do not worry about blending on your top of your lids. That's packed on there, so you don't need to blend that. Just concentrate on the crease and underneath your eyebrows. I am going in with that reddish brown called Mocha. I'm using that same brush I used for my beaming color. Once again, you want to make sure you're tapping any excess eyeshadow off your brush. Hold your hand at the tip of the brush and lightly stroke the brush in the outer corner. Okay, I'm also stroking that edge where the white is, so that can have a beautiful transition. Alright, bringing back out the kahuna. The big guns, that fluffy blending brush is coming back. I'm going to be blending out that area where the white and brown meets, so that it can have a beautiful transition. And then you can also blend everything else out except for the lids. Leave them lids alone. But yes, you can blend everything else out. Now we're about to move on to our face, so let's zoom it on out and put our goals into place. So y'all, this was my first time using the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I heard a lot of things about this primer. I got so excited that I didn't use too much of it. I didn't put so much of that stuff on my face, and then on top of that I had another moisturizer I used, so my face was super moisturized. I'm going in with the Mario foundation, very slick on my face because I got tons of moisturizer on my damn face because I wasn't paying attention. I got so hyped about that NYX moisturizer, but I'm going to use my foundation brush to apply that Makeup by Mario foundation all over my face. I believe this is the shade 19C, and as you can see, my face is very moisturized, so I'm gonna have to go back in and fix it somehow. I'm going to try to tone that moisturized, greasy look down with the Soul Body Balm. I can't quite remember this shade, but I will have it in the description box down below. I'm going to apply just a little thin amount, not too much, just a thin amount on top of that foundation, just to muffle out that moisture look. So this is going to be the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Tan Neutral. I'll be applying that on my chin, under my nose, down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and in the middle of my head, y'all. And with this e.l.f. concealer brush, I will be just buffing and blending that into the foundation. If you are on your way to school or to work, I really hope you have a great day. And just remember always, whatever they don't know, they cannot use against you. In other words, don't be telling folks your business, dagnabbit. Make sure y'all take y'all's time. There is no rush. Unless you are in a rush, then you don't need to be doing this look. Beauty Bakery's flour setting powder. That's going to be applied under my eyes. Well, it just anywhere you have applied that lighter concealer. It'll be in the middle of my forehead, down the bridge, under my eyes, on my chin, on my nose. That's Fenty Beauty's bronzer in Miami something. It'll be in the description box. But I'll be using an angled brush to apply that on the sides of the bridge of my nose. Okay? The sides of my cheekbones, my jawlines, and around my forehead, jaw. After you let that powder set for a minute, you're going to want to go back and take a fluffy brush to just swipe some of the excess powder off, and then I'm going in with my foundation brush to blend everything out. I cannot stress this to y'all enough, y'all. Blending is key, and sometimes it's going to take a little while to blend. So be sure you take your time. There's no rush. I say if your hand is not tired, if your arm ain't tired, then you ain't doing it right, okay? I'm going in with my angled brush with some powder just to chisel the edge of that bronzer there. I'll let that powder sit for a minute, and then with a fluffy brush I will swipe all the excess powder away, and then I'll go in with my beauty blender and blend that out. So now I'm taking this large face brush with max pressed powder. I'm going to distribute just a little dusting of that all over my face, so it just gives me a nice matte finish look. NYX blush and pink Fetish will be applied on the apples of my cheeks, and I will bring it up towards my hairline. And then going back in with my damp beauty blender to blend all that out. Laura Geller's highlight in gold deposit, I believe. I'm taking a highlighting brush just to go in above that blush that I had applied, and I'm taking some on the tip of my nose and then some down the bridge of my nose. With this small wing liner brush, I'm going to be going back in my palette using the shade Mocha for my lower lash lines. And for my tear duct areas, I'm going in with Snowflake. And that is ColourPop's lip liner in the shade BFF number 4. That nice dark brown is going to be lining up my lips there. And that's NYX matte liquid color in the shade Room. That's going to be applied all on my lips, and then I'm going back with a little more lip liner so that can show really nicely. Then of course I'll rub my lips together to blend those out. And that there is Beauty Bakery setting spray. And definitely can't forget the mascara. That's going to be going on my bottom lashes. Thank y'all again for stopping by. Hope y'all caught a positive vibe. I love y'all so much, and until next time, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.